Hey YouTube, it's Ashley. I thought I'd do another video because I got to looking through some of my old videos and realized that when I started this channel, I didn't do a video about how me and my husband came to meet and how we wound up getting together. And most other channels, they start out with a history, on how they met and all that. So I thought I'd let y'all know a little bit more about me. For those of you that are, you know, staying tuned in on my channel. And I appreciate y'all, coming by and checking it out. And if you have subscribed or, you've checked more than one video out, that's great. That's pretty much what I'm doing it for. But anyway, my name's Ashley. 22 years old. I'll be 23 in a couple of months. I'm originally from Eastern Tennessee. Um, Grew up here, lived here my whole life until the last couple of years, that is. I met my husband Travis when I was 6 years old. We've known each other since we were kids. We grew up on the same street. I know it sounds real cliche, but in our case, it's definitely true. We went to the same school for a while. But he was a little troublemaker, so he had to change schools a lot. But we went to the same church our whole life. We rode the same church bus together, and so rode bikes together. We'd known each other since we were kids, but we didn't actually get together until high school. Um, we kind of lost. I had moved, and we kind of lost touch for a couple of months, and I was dating somebody else, and so was he. And then we had both broken up with our previous relationships, and that's how we ended up getting together. We dated freshman year, sophomore year, on and off, mainly because we were young, and he was concerned that us dating would ruin the friendship that we'd had all those years. So we dated on and off, and then junior year we got engaged, and I was pretty taken back because my husband had known since he was a kid, since he was like 8 years old, that he wanted to be a Marine. So he always planned to have a career in the military. Um, and I kind of figured when he got out of high school and he joined that he, kind of want to sow his wild oats and be free. So I really didn't know what would happen um, with our relationship, but he shocked me and came out of the clear blue and asked me to marry him, and I said yes. I was thinking that we would have a long engagement. I was thinking we'd probably be engaged for a couple of years, and he told me that he wanted to get married within the next year, which I was thrilled about. But I knew we were gonna have a lot of problems because we were really young, and he but he was adamant, uh, that he really this is what he wanted to do, and as long as it's what I wanted, that we should go for it. Well, we got engaged in September of 2003, and we got married in July of 2004. I was 16 when we got married, and I was a couple months from being 17, so I was super young. And needless to say, my family was not thrilled. Half of my family disowned me. Um, Travis was 18, and that first year of marriage was really hard, because we were trying to go to school and trying to graduate because we'd promised our families that we wouldn't drop out, and he wanted to join the Marine Corps, and so he knew he was going to have to stay in and finish, high school in order to make that dream a reality. So we both worked. He worked night shift, we went to school, and we both graduated, and I graduated with honors, and we graduated in May of 2005, and he left for boot camp in October 2005. Um, and that's when the fun really started. He graduated boot camp in January of '06, and he came home on 2 weeks leave, and then he went off to infantry school. And what was supposed to be like 2 months ended up turning into like 4.5 months because it got delayed. So then once he finally got out of infantry school, he got stationed in Lejeune, and, you know, got us on the housing list and was working on getting me moved down there with him, which luckily turned out to be a pretty quick experience compared to some people's. Um, and I moved down there in July of that year. He deployed in January of '07 for 6 months, and he went on a MU and traveled all over the world and went to 18 different countries and just got to see some incredible stuff. Got to go to train the Kenyan army, got to go to Africa, got to go to Italy, Spain, Portugal. He got to go to a lot of really neat places. Then he came back in July of '07, and we enjoyed our time. It seemed like it went really fast. Then he left in April of '08 for Iraq, and he was gone to Iraq for 7 months, and that was a really rough deployment. It was super scary. Um, I went to college while he was deployed, um, and tried to stay as busy as I could, and we made it through that, and he come home in November of '08, and we didn't know really what was going to happen. He wanted to change jobs, wanted to be a rifle instructor and all this, and um, so we didn't know the time for him to re-enlist was coming up, and we didn't really know what was going to happen, and ended up he re-enlisted, but he was going to try to go non-deployable, but he ended up having to re-enlist with a unit that had just shortly after he re-enlisted with them got orders for Afghanistan, and so that kind of changed our plans. We were planning on having some downtime, buying a house, starting a family, hoping he would be around for a little while, and you know just had a change of plans, and it just ended up being different. So he left a couple of weeks ago, for Afghanistan. He's not supposed to be back until sometime early next year. So that's pretty much been the way it's been. July, we've been married 6 years. We've been married longer than anybody else we know. All of our friends from high school, all of our friends where we're stationed, everything. Most of them have only been, married a year or two or three max, and we've been married 6. So, we feel like the old married couple, and we're not very old. I mean, I'm not even 23 yet, so it's definitely been a roller coaster ride, but I wouldn't change it for a second. Um, we've went through a lot, but everything we've been through has only made us stronger. You know, we know what our love can conquer. When a lot of military relationships crash and burn. And ours, through a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment and a lot of sacrifice, ours is, so far stood the test of time. And um, so I know, we can get through this. We can get through whatever life throws at us, and we're stronger because of the challenges we have to face. And I just can't wait for him to come back home. Um, he's, he's my other half, so I miss him terribly. I just can't wait to have him back. But so yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know a little bit about us and our story and how we got together. Because I realized I hadn't done that. But if y'all have any questions or comments or anything, let me know. If you have anything you'd like to see me video on, let me know too. Because I'd be more than happy to. So definitely comment, subscribe, and I'll definitely be recording again in the next day or so. I still haven't heard from him, for those of you that watched my last video. So we're still waiting for that phone call whenever it decides to come, but I'll record again soon. So y'all take care. Bye.